The College Basketball Experience Preview and Picks Episode 4. Tuesday, November 29th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Networks presented by WynnBET. WynnBET is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBET is what you need to win. Sign up today. Bet $100. Get a $100 free bet at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today.
This is Martin Cleese, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
College Basketball Experience Preview and Picks Episode 4, Tuesday, November 29th. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, well, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dad, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I smoke and I drink and I don't have stress and I'm healthy.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
Gotta mix it up sometimes. What's up, world? Great to be here, even though your boy Dundee had a great night the night before. This night, the alcohol tastes better on nights like tonight. I am joined by my co-hosts. Give it up for former video coordinator for Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, host of the NFL Gambling Podcast, host of the Ryan and Rush Show. Give it up for my guy, Ryan McIntyre. How you doing, Ryan?
I've been better, Colby. I think we both took it on the chin tonight. It was a win for the trolls out there, I guess. Sip in honor of you. Tough night for us, but hey, we're ready to bounce back tomorrow night. Let's go.
Hey, it's funny. I got some message saying, hey, dude, I took your picks last week. You sucked. Something like that. Something to that extent.
I love it.
No. It was only Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving. Fuck you, A. All right? But thank you for listening. All right.
That's what I say to everybody. I'm like, hey, actually, I was 10-4-1 the other night or last night, but I appreciate the follow though.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, look, we have 5 years of data. I can pull that up and show you. But at the same time, we're not hitting 100% because guess what? If I was hitting 100%, I wouldn't be talking to you through this fucking microphone. I'd be on a yacht in Bora Bora. All right. Jesus.
I love it. Yeah. Hey, the best get trolled. So, hey, we're ready to bounce back. Loaded slate. I think we agree. Neither of us really liked the slate going into the night. I mean, we literally bet Boston because it was a standalone game.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, they were down 30 in the first half. They battled back and took it to overtime, and we still lost.
I know.
When I saw us take it to overtime, I was like, oh, we got all the momentum. We're winning this motherfucker. Nope. Not the case as UC Davis and Jim Les. That's what I get for fading Jim Les. He was fire from 3 back in the day on the Sacramento Kings. Next up, I shouldn't say next up. These weren't big time games, but shout out to Grambling. I took Dartmouth Grambling. I want to know what this Grambling team is. I have a hard time understanding them. They win by 24 against Dartmouth. Shout out to them. I was on the right side of Minnesota plus the points, but from what I understand, I got very fortunate. I watched most of this game with about 3 minutes left, though. I stopped watching. From what I understand, it was a lucky backdoor cover, and if you bet on the Hokies, you might be drinking with us tonight. So you caught this one, correct?
Yeah, I could, and I caught the end of it too. So if you had the Hokies minus 11.5, I think it went down in certain places right before tip. Cheers to you. You're in the club of misery tonight. That was a tough beat overall. So, but yeah, big win. Good win for the ACC to start off the challenge. And then there was another team that rolled in the ACC that we'll get to.
Yeah. I took ULM. Wait, did I? Is this one of the ones you talked me off of?
I took Tulane because
I was going to take ULM, and I think you helped me take Tulane. ULM covered. Tulane was never really sweating this one, but I locked up UT Martin late last night, and I feel like this thing should have hit.
Yeah.
It was like a 7-point lead with I don't know, minute and a half left, maybe 2 minutes over at Skyhawk Arena. And guess what happened? UT Martin sucked ass the final 2, but they almost lost the game out. I was hoping that they would lose the game outright just for making this a 3-point game. So I lost money there. So I was 0 for 2 there.
They did the same thing against Prairie View at the end of the game where they missed a bunch of free throws and didn't cover. So that's why I didn't lock them this time because I've already got burned on the same scenario just a week ago.
You know who we should have locked, and honestly, I'll really apologize to our clientele, except for that guy who told me I suck ass or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I will not apologize to him. If anything, if he messes me for a tip, I'm going to be like, take Columbia on the money line in every game because I took Columbia +7. What was I thinking?
Oh, they're awful. They are dreadful.
It was like the Duncan Dutchman. Rick Smits was back at Marist.
Yeah, I mean,
because they held them to 39 points. They started off the game 1 for 17 from the field.
Yeah,
wow.
No, they made Marist look like the Virginia Tony Bennett defense out there. 39 points against fucking Marist. Are you kidding me?
Well, you better watch it when you go play the Red Foxes. They have a lockdown defense. So yeah, I was eating shit all night. I was eating shit sandwiches all night here. But I did have Incarnate Word little brother matchup plus the points that worked out against the Roadrunners of UTSA. Also, Omaha covered for me against Mississippi State. So I just didn't bet these ones.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we didn't lock up Southeast Missouri State. I know we were considering that. They lost by 16 to Milwaukee.
Yeah, a couple of our darlings didn't come through tonight.
I feel like Milwaukee's getting better.
I agree. They got rid of Patrick Baldwin.
Yeah, which is crazy. Let me get rid of a lottery pick and his dad. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, took Texas Southern in the points. Ate shit on that one. Didn't bet it though. Didn't bet it. We talked about locking this one up, and we should have. Troy plus 18.
Yeah.
I think they were winning at halftime, if memory serves me correct. They lose by 13. The Trojans cover. We should have locked that one up. And then San Diego and Steve Lavin. On a night where we were searching for locks, I said, you know what, you're right. So, I think you're right. San Diego's going to cover the 4. Well, had Longwood missed the 3 with about 10 seconds left, I think we would have covered the 4 because they would have fouled. But no, Longwood buried a 3 to tie it up at 68. And then San Diego went down and made a game-winning buzzer beater 3 from the left corner. And we had -4.
Of course we did. I mean, bitter that we lost a bet, but on a college basketball fan perspective, hell of a game.
Oh, yeah. That was a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
Then you have the Pitt Panthers, who we took. Where the hell has this been? A near 30-point win, 29-point win. We should have figured, too, that Capel would know Chris Collins. They're both Duke guys. But still, 30-point win. No one could have forecasted this.
No, great night for all their high major transfers. Hinson coming over from Ole Miss, Burden, Texas Tech, Cummings, Colgate, and Greg Elliott from Marquette. And then Hughley was good as well. So just an all-around good effort for the Pitt Panthers. Dominant. I mean, nobody saw that coming.
Yeah, and I didn't see this next one coming because Sam Houston State This at half, I felt good about it. Sam Houston State was down 1 to Nevada at half. I was like, they're probably going to win this thing. They got them right where they want them. No, outscored by 17 in the second half. Nevada, Steve Alford making me look like a fool because I've been fading him for the past couple of years, but maybe he turned the corner.
It's easy to see a tide turn.
Apparently not for me. Maybe now. But Will Baker had a big night in Reno there as they won by 18. Did you get eyes on this one?
Yeah, Sam Houston State was right there. They actually led a good part of the first half. I think we underestimated the traveling that Sam Houston State has done. They won at Utah. Then they had the neutral site games against Northern Illinois and South Dakota. Then they got to go, coming off all those wins, to go all the way out to Nevada. So maybe they were a little legs gave out a little bit in the second half, ran out of steam. So Nevada's good, though. I mean, they were good in that MT with Kansas State. Should have beat them.
Yeah. Well, my night got even worse after that because I had money on Sam Houston State. That didn't go well for me. I had money on the Pacific Tigers, who held a double-digit lead, I feel like, with 15 minutes left in the game. Maybe 18 minutes. I don't know. They were up by 9 at halftime. But no, Cal Poly, the Mustangs, John Madden's alma mater, Brantley Stevenson just went off in this game. And I ate shit on the Pacific Tigers yet again. I'm done with Pacific. I'm officially out. Look, I live a block from the ocean. I'm not even going to go to the fucking Pacific Ocean for a year. All right. What did you catch this game at all?
Yeah, no, they self-destructed. Pacific was good to us early on with the cover at Stanford to start the year, and I think second game of college basketball. But no, I mean, they're struggling, so not going to keep backing them. Yeah,
Fallon Iverson mentioning Cal Poly only led for 2 minutes in this game.
I know,
absolutely brutal beat. I know. And then the to cap the evening off. Now, luckily, I didn't bet this, but I know you did, so my apologies. The Washington Huskies showed up.
Yeah.
And it was like Detlef Schrempf was back playing basketball for them because they won by 11 against Seattle. Whew. I didn't see that coming. I mean, I took Seattle on the picks page. I know you bet it. Keon Brooks had a big night.
Yep.
Finally. I don't know, man. Tonight was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah. Seattle led the game at half, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to win this one. I'm backdoor this one at least, get a win to end the night. But no, the wheels fall off, like you said. Keon Brooks was awesome. Cameron Tyson, he finished with 18. I know he's their guy over there for the Red Hawks, but he kind of struggled in the second half.
Yeah. Well, we got to wipe that slate clean, man. We just got to do it. And I don't even want to play last night's music, so to transition into tonight's picks. So I'm going to go what could I pull here? Let's go here, man. Let's go. Because that's what we need. Because we were in the fucking red. All right. I might be DMing random followers. Dude, can you Venmo me $30? All right. I know we never met. Can you Venmo me $30?
throw a brother a bone. Shout out to the chat. If you're gonna be Ryan Hassel, if you're gonna be dumb, you got to be tough. If you get knocked down, you got to get back up.
There you go. Shout out to the whole chat, man. Shout out to the whole chat. We're gonna bounce back. All right. I know. Not only do I have a feeling, I know it because I've been doing this shit for this will be our 6th season of doing this. November, you always have some tough games, and obviously with those tournaments, that is normal. That is 100% normal. But let's start things off. No day games, by the way. No day games, which suck. Pissing me off over here. But we do start off with a banger. Rod Strickland, legendary New York City basketball player. I feel like he's mentioned in every Wu-Tang song. They're taking on Long Island. He's the head coach of Long Island, and they take on St. John's. St. John's has been, I think, ahead of schedule from where we kind of projected them. Even though we it's not like we thought they'd be terrible, but I think they look better than what we thought they would look like.
Yeah.
So with that, let me just make sure this line. The Red Storm are laying 28.5. I'm laying the 28.5. The only angle you have is a little brother angle, but Long Island's fucking bad, man. Long Island, they need Rod Strickland to play in these fucking games because you know what I mean? Like they're
no doubt.
Dude, they lost by 41 to Utah. Their one win was against Mount St. Vincent. They lost by what was it? Just shy of 40 to Marquette. They lost by double digits to the South Dakota Coyotes. I mean, Northern Illinois is pretty bad, and Northern Illinois beat them by 25. Whew, I'm laying the points with the Red Storm, and I mean, part of me thought I should lock this, but I'm not. What are you doing here?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to lock it just because it's such a big number. But like when you're looking for a team to back in a high spread, St. John's is a good candidate, I think, because they play so fast, second in tempo so far this year. They're 7-0, they're rolling. So I'll back the St. John's Red Storm.
Yeah. Shout out to Fallon Iverson. Love the Sadat X reference from Why the Knicks Trade Rod Strickland. Brand Nubium, classic group. All for one. Let's go to Furman, Appalachian State. This is a game here. This is actually one of the ones I kind of want to watch. Furman's laying 7.5.
I love this game.
I'm gonna lay the points with Furman in Boone. Although App's a little chippier. I actually thought App losing a couple of their leading scorers from the year before, I thought they would regress more. They've been playing better than what I thought they've been, or what I thought they would be. Give me Furman minus 7.5.
I'm going to take the points, not bet it. I think this is going to be a pretty good game coming down the stretch here. Look at what App State's done. I mean, their two losses are by a combined 9 points. So I think they play in a lot of close games, and I think they'll keep it close against Furman.
Taking the points. That game's great.
Yeah.
And no. I'm going crazy.
Yeah, you always mix these up.
Always going crazy again. For a second, I was about to say, we got a SoCon matchup. Not the case. Next up after that, we have Penn State taking on Clemson. You know, I see Penn State getting a point, and I say, why? Yeah. But at the same time, I think we thought Northwestern was pretty good. And look what happened to them tonight. I'm taking Penn State in the point. I feel like they're much better than Clemson, but the line doesn't make sense to me, so I'm not betting it. Give me Penn State +1. What are you doing here?
Yeah, no, that was the first thing that popped to my mind because Penn State looked impressive in the Charleston Classic, where they beat Furman and almost beat Virginia Tech. And I think Virginia Tech is better than Clemson, so I'll take Penn State.
Yeah.
But that line does stink, so caution there.
Yeah. Next up, we have another good game. The Monarchs of Old Dominion head into Charleston, South Carolina, where does Charleston play every game at home?
Yes.
Besides the North Carolina game, I feel like they've been at home for a couple years now. ODU's catching 7. I think ODU is a pretty damn good squad. They put it on my East Carolina Pirates. I wish I could say the refs fucked us, but no, they beat the hell out of us. Give me 7 and ODU to keep it close. Charleston gets the dub. What are you doing here?
Charleston is my squad. I am locking up the Cougars. First lock of the night, -7. They got through that scare against Kent State. They're going to bounce back here.
Oh man, here we go. Where's here we go. Moneyline Mac riding with the Cougars of Charleston, playing the 7 points. South Carolina State is heading into Greenville, North Carolina, where
We believe in the virus, in the spirit of ECU.
I believe East Carolina is going to win the game. But give me the points in South Carolina State. I'll take the +15. What are you doing here?
So you said Charleston plays every game at home. South Carolina State plays every fucking game on the road. I'm pulling up their schedule right now. Western Kentucky, Wake Forest, North Florida, Kentucky, Duquesne, Tennessee State, South Carolina. They're definitely battle tested. That's for sure.
I I mean, the grind for a lot of those MEAC schools and SWAC schools is fucking unbelievable. Like they're like, you could compare that to like, I don't know, AC/DC's tour in like fucking 82. You know what I mean? And I think it goes toe for toe because it's like they're in Los Angeles, then they're flying to New York City, then they're in Milwaukee. It's bananas.
Hey, honey, let's go watch the Bulldogs tonight.
I know sports pay a ton of their their university and stuff, but I mean, it is truly in a way not fair comparing their slate compared to other schools' slates. It's like, you open up with 15 road games. What the fuck? You know? I'd love to see some of the better schools hit the road, let alone for a week, let alone 15 games or 12 games or something.
And they still got to go to Furman, Winthrop, and Upstate before they finally get a home game.
That shit's a grind, man. That is a grind.
No doubt. So that's why I'll take your Pirates, just because of the nonstop road trip. I think South Carolina State's worn down.
Well, UNC Asheville is heading to North Carolina Central, where Lavelle Moton. We know I'm a big fan of Lavelle Moton, and I think he's a really good coach. And I think he probably deserves a higher pay, essentially. But I am going to take UNC Asheville minus -1.5, and this is my first lock. Taking the Bulldogs of UNC Asheville. I'm 1-0 ATS, locking them up. They just beat the Catamounts by, I think, I feel like 10 points. I don't know if have you gotten eyes on Asheville this year?
Yeah, they're good in year 5 of the Mike Morrell era. I'm locking up the Bulldogs with you. I think they're the better team. Central's coming up a big winner against Gardner West.
Let's go. They got a couple guys on this team. Pember, the forward, Drew Pember, and then the guard Jones can light it up as well. As well as who's the other guy? Battle can play ball for them.
Yeah,
Jamin
Battle.
Yeah. Yep. I think the Bulldogs will be the better team here. Although Central keeps a good program, so I wouldn't be surprised this game with like 5 minutes left. I just think Asheville's the better team. Talent will rise to the top here, but excited to watch that one. Jackson State. They're heading to, what is this? Fucking Oxford, Ohio.
Oxford.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have some family that went to the school. Heard it's a party school. Never been there, but heard it's a party school. Maybe they're gonna get lit at no, they kind of suck at Millett Hall.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Man, they're 2-4. Travis Lexington Steele is their head coach. They did beat Little Rock by 13. Jackson State's not horrible. They're not horrible.
No, they're not horrible at all.
I mean, they're 0-5, so you look and say, oh, they are horrible. No, but they actually, I was impressed in that Michigan game. I'm still laying the points with Travis Lexington Steele and the Redhawks. I'm laying the 3.5. What are you doing here?
So this line, I think, is telling us that this game is going to come right down to the wire. Looking at Jackson State, they are 0-5, but they almost beat Abilene Christian, Tulsa, Little Rock, and then they were competitive with Michigan. I think they get their first win, so I'll lock up Jackson State on the road in Oxford. Let's go.
Oh, man. Okay.
It's a bounce back, baby.
Good round, you're celebrating with your appetite. Bad round, you're using your appetite to forget about the round. I'll tell you something about appetite. It's a real fucking great thing to have.
It is a great thing to have, and you certainly have an appetite for locking up some games. Oh, Moneyline Max saying, give me Mo Williams and Jackson State, the Tigers. I would love to see if Mo Williams could do what Dion is doing for football, because
no doubt
I think that's one of the best things in college football going on right now. Charlotte is taking on Davidson. Little backyard battle here. I love it. Give me Charlotte plus the 5 points. Davidson might get the win. I'm going for Charlotte to cover, though. Charlotte plus 5. What are you doing here?
This is a fantastic game between two really good mid-majors. I'll take the points. I'm with you here, but not going to bet it. Just looking forward to watching it.
Yeah. VMI. They're taking on Presbyterian, the Blue Hose. VMI is getting 5.5. I feel like I'm taking VMI a lot this year, which is never a good sign. But I'll take the Keydets plus 5.5. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'll probably take VMI as well. Don't love it though.
Yeah. Brown is heading to Central Connecticut State. So leaving Rhode Island, heading down to or over to Connecticut, take on the Blue Devils of Central Connecticut State. Brown's laying 4. I'll lay the 4. What are you doing here?
I'll lay the 4 as well. Central Connecticut's been really bad this year so far. And I think Brown's actually just pulling up Brown stuff, coming off the big win over Maine.
Yeah. And I'm still hurt by that. Those bastards. William and Mary is heading down to Raleigh, North Carolina. They're catching 20.5. It's too many points, even though NC State looks pretty damn good. Kevin Keith's doing a great job in a make-or-break year for him so far, in my opinion. And also considering they lost Manny Bates, they lost, a couple key guys from that team a season ago. I'm taking the Tribe plus the 20.5. NC State wins by, 17. What are you doing here?
I'm with you. I'm going to take William and Mary. I like fading this teams coming off the island trips.
Yeah. Albany is taking on the American. They're taking on American Eagle. This is a tough one, man. This is one where you sit there and say, so they're heading down to D.C.
Yep.
I do not think this is a live environment.
Americans won 4 in a row, too.
Last year, Albany won by 4 in this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Great Danes and the points. What are you doing here?
I kind of like Albany to win this game outright, so I'll lock up Albany. Let's go.
Oh, you're a wild man. Hey, Moneyline Mac. Hiding with the Great Danes. Oh, man. For locking that one, I don't know, buddy. I don't feel good about that game. But, hey, you know what?
I've been impressed with Albany so far.
Hey, no, I can see it.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm number crunching right now. And the Great Danes, not a terrible offensive rebounding team. Chart in the top 110. They are not very good on defense, though. But tomorrow's a new day. Let's go, Great Danes. Yep. Maryland heads to Louisville. Oh, man. Stop the fight. Oh, this is getting ugly for Louisville fans. At least you got Bourbon Trail right there. Just go get fucked up. Bet on the horses. I'm taking the 12.5, though. Maryland's laying 12.5. It's just a little too much for me. Give me Louisville to cover the 12.5. Maryland wins by 7. What are you doing here?
I think Maryland's going to drill them. I can't get behind Louisville. I'm locking up the Terps, man.
Oh, man.
I love the Terps.
The locks are flowing.
Yeah.
Riding with Larry David's alma mater. Wow. You got a lot more locks than me. I need to find locks. I'm going to take you to one of them. Duquesne is hosting the Gauchos of Santa Barbara. This is is this really in Pittsburgh? Nothing like going to play Duquesne and hopping a 5-hour flight. It is in Pittsburgh, Cooper Fieldhouse. Yes. It's a far trip for the Gauchos. And Duquesne's been a team that I did not think would be this good. I am going to lock up Duquesne -2. Let's fucking go. Show me what Pittsburgh basketball is all about. What are you doing here?
I'm going to take Duquesne as well. I'm not going to lock it just because I think UC Santa Barbara has been pretty good this year. Long trip, though.
It is a long trip. Bellarmine. They're catching 25 at Kentucky. My first reaction was I'm laying the points with Kentucky, and then I said, wait. Bellarmine is in Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah. They already beat Louisville. They covered against Duke. Somehow they went out to Los Angeles and just got destroyed by Loyola Marymount. That I'll never understand. But, I guess the travel. This is a little brother angle. Give me the 25 points in Bellarmine. Kentucky wins by 20. What are you doing here?
Same. And I mean, I tweeted it out earlier. I don't think Kentucky's very good so far this year, so I'll take Bellarmine.
Oh, is it Bellarmine? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, Bellarmine, same thing. Tomatoes.
Bellarmine. I last year when they were having their success, I got so many DMs that I was mispronouncing that name. Like, dude, you expect me to know the fucking like how to pronounce this school that has just been in D1? And it's, if you look at it, it shouldn't be spelled like that. I mean, it shouldn't be, it's Bellarmine. Bellarmine. All right. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Same thing.
Maybe I'm the fucking idiot. All right. Next up, we got Massachusetts, the Minutemen, heading to Tampa, South Florida. Oh, you can't, Frank Martin's Cuban. He's back in South Florida.
Yep.
Don't go up against Frank Martin when he's back home. I'm laying the 2 with UMass. Lock it up. What are you doing here? Should we? Right?
Oh yeah, I'm locking Frank Martin up in Florida. This is personal for him. He's getting this done.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go, Minutemen.
The Qs. Yeah, you catch that little dust up, little slap fight. Doug Edert did a little slap back and then ran for his life. It was fucking hilarious. They're catching 12 in Champaign, Illinois. I'll take the points. Illini win by 9. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I kind of lean the points as well in these ACC Big Ten Challenge. Bigger spreads. We saw it tonight.
Yeah. Okay, we have a potential one. I just can't. I don't know that I can lock it. I want to lock this one. The Kangaroos have been hopping all over the college basketball landscape on the college basketball experience. You see, they're 3-6. You think they're terrible, but they gave LSU a tough game in Baton Rouge, right? Then they went back home, after a tough loss to Illinois, and they beat the Cavalry. And then they got smacked by Kansas State, but then they beat Toledo, the Rockets, who we find respectable. They beat Indiana State, who had apparently been respectable. Then they get destroyed by the Eagles of Florida Gulf Coast. And then you're thinking, okay, well, that's a good loss. And then SIU Edwardsville lays it on them. I can't figure this team out, but one thing I do know is that Idaho State sucks ass. All right? Something about Idaho. I mean, this team lost to Denver. Although they played BYU tough. It's a little perplexing.
4 straight 1-possession losses for the Bengals.
No one's good, though. All 4 of those teams suck ass.
I know.
I'm locking up the Kangaroos -5. Let's go. Hop around into the winning circle. What are you doing here?
I'm going with the Bengals just because all they do is lose 1-possession games.
Going with your Bengals. Merrill Hodge doesn't matter. Yeah.
Who dey? Yeah.
This is an awesome game. This next one, Missouri taking on Wichita State. This game's awesome. I've been impressed with Wichita. They're better than what I thought they would be, and that's why I will take the Shockers +2. And to be honest, if you're going to bet this, ride the +114 on the money line. This is a game though. Dennis Gates, great coach. I think underrated coach. Good hire by Missouri. This is one that I definitely have to get eyes on tomorrow. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm locking up the Shockers. Looking at what Missouri's done, they haven't played anybody. Played everybody at home. First road trip. That place is going to be going bananas.
Locking up the Shockers. Bill Parcells is alma mater. Say fuck it. Let's go. Koch brothers.
Yeah, that place is going to be going bananas for that Missouri game.
Yeah. I mean, that should be a fun one. Norfolk State heading into Houston, Texas, where the Houston Cougars are #1 in all the land. The first time since fucking Clyde Drexler and Olajuwon were there back in '83. Man, Norfolk State only lost to Baylor by 17. That scares me a little bit, but I'm laying the 25 with Houston because Houston they played a close game with Kent State. I think they want to bounce back, represent that #1 ranking the way I think Kelvin Sampson thinks that that his team should. I'm laying the 25 with the Cougars. You?
Yeah, no, they had been a covering machine until that little bit of a letdown against Kent State. So I expect to bounce back. I will lay the points, and I'm not going to lock it up. Too many points to lock up.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't lock it up. I thought about it. Noah in the chat, did Colby just say Tampa is Cuban? No. Frank Martin is Cuban.
Frank Martin's Cuban. He's from Florida, and Tampa is in Florida. It's at University of South Florida.
Yeah. That's the logic. That's the logic, buddy. Let's go. Next up, Weber State is catching 8 against Tarleton. 8.5, I see.
It's a good game.
I'll take the points in Weber. Yeah, tomorrow's a good slate, man. I'll take the points in Weber, but Tarleton for the win. What are you doing here?
I kind of like this game a lot as a sneaky game with Billy Gillespie's squad in Charleston State, the Texans. But I'll take Weber State in the points. Too many points away.
Yeah. Southern Miss is at home against Montana. Shout out to Montana. They already went to Pittsburgh. Now they go to fucking Hattiesburg. What airport do you even fly into there? You're gonna play this game on Brett Favre's volleyball court. Fucking complete piece of shit. I will lay the 5 and actually, you know what? I'll lay the 5.5 and I'll lock up Southern Miss. It's a tough trip for Montana. Southern Miss has been playing great this year. Let's go Golden Eagles. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'll join you. Southern Miss has been great. And what's the name? Montana's coming off the road trip to Air Force as well.
Yeah. The Southern Miss team, not like Vegas hasn't caught on to them yet. They're 11th in the nation in steals. They're 29th in the nation at taking care of the basketball. They have the 51st ranked offensive rating. And then get this, they have the 12th ranked defense in the country. Shout out to the Golden Eagles. I will keep the locks flowing because for some reason, Baylor's only laying 5.5 in Milwaukee against Marquette. I get it. Shaka Smart, he's familiar with Baylor back to his Texas days. But guess who doesn't give a shit? Pick Dundee. I am laying the 5.5 with Baylor. Give me the Golden Bears to take down the Golden Eagles. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know Baylor's going to cover this line. What are you doing here?
When in doubt, back to Big 12 and showcase game. I'll lock up the Bears with you.
Let's go. Great minds think alike. After that, we got Josh Pastner heading to Iowa City to take on Iowa. I miss the days of Josh Pastner with his mask on.
The shield.
It looked like he was on the fucking circular saw. He's like, most normal people had a normal mask. Josh Pastner's mask, absolutely fucking hilarious. Google it if you get a chance. Georgia Tech's getting 16 in Iowa City. Not high on this Georgia Tech team, not at all. But I'll take the 16 points. What are you doing here?
Yeah, no, I was going to say this is also a bounce back angle for Iowa after their first loss. I'll lay it. Georgia Tech's not good.
That's a big number, though, man.
Yeah.
It's a big number.
Don't love it, though.
Yeah. Next up, we get the Matadors. Cal State Northridge. Heading to Boise. Take on the Broncos. The Matadors are catching 19.5. I'll take the points. You?
Yeah, I'll take the points as well.
Then we have Alcorn State, the Braves, heading to Phoenix. Take on Grand Canyon. Thought this game was going to be played on the internet for a second. Alcorn State's getting 12.5. My only problem is I haven't been high on Grand Canyon this year, but damn it, this place gets absolutely lit. If you get a chance to see this, I know their games are on like I don't even know. It's probably hard to find on ESPN Plus. You got to get like Spectrum fucking I don't know Spectrum Yuma Arizona or some shit like that. But Grand Canyon, their home environments are awesome. It reminds me of like Cameron Indoor or something, which I know is a ridiculous statement, but it really does. I'm taking Alcorn State because I believe they're better than 12.5-point favorites, but momentum in this gym is a real thing. And if they go cold, you can lose by fucking 20 pretty fast. What are you doing here?
Yeah, no, this is the first home game for Grand Canyon in almost 2 weeks, and I'm just looking at it. They drill everybody at home, so I'll take Grand Canyon here.
Going with the Antelopes. Wake Forest heads into Madison, Wisconsin, Big Ten ACC Challenge. This game is fantastic. You got to wonder what Wisconsin coming off of that win against USC. Meanwhile, Wake Forest coming off of a nice win against Hampton. Demon Deacons are catching 5.5. I'm seeing currently.
Yeah,
I struggle with this one, man. I'm going to take Wake Forest to cover the 5.5. I think Wisconsin's going to get the win. I don't know. Maybe I should just go with Wisconsin. Big Ten has been... No, give me the points. Give me the points. What are you doing?
I think that's too many points to lay with Wisconsin. I'll take Wake Forest.
Yeah. Game of the night here. Super excited for this game. The Virginia Cavaliers head into Ann Arbor, Michigan. This game's fantastic. Both coaches, former NBA players, Tony Bennett and Juwan Howard, obviously. UVA is laying 3.5 right now? I'm gonna lock up UVA, laying 3.5 on the road. I think this team's looked the best out of any college basketball team I've seen. Now, they haven't really played a true away game, so this is a big test for them. But I do think they can present a lot of challenges for Hunter Dickinson. And, Jet Howard looks like a stud, Juwan Howard's son. But I do think also that defensively, Tony Bennett might be able to give him some fits as well. I am going to lay the points with the Cavaliers. What are you doing here?
I think this game comes right down to the wire. Fantastic game. I'm going to take the Wolverines. I'm going to lock it up. Let's go. Let's go, Michigan. Go Blue.
No. We got a lock battle.
Lock battle. There you go, Noah. Go Blue.
In what corner? Pick Dundee is going with the private school pussies. I'm joking. Shout out to Virginia. I can't. I'd like to make fun of them, but it's not a good time to make fun of Virginia. Against Moneyline Mac and the Michigan Wolverines, we have a lock battle. And, that game's awesome. The nightcap, we have UC Irvine, the Anteaters, who I still think is maybe the best name in all of college basketball. The Anteaters are heading down to San Diego, making that hour and a half trip down to San Diego. Take on the Aztecs. It's a good game. UC Irvine went up to Oregon and Eugene, beat the Ducks early in the year. This is a game. Give me the Anteaters plus the 12. What are you doing here?
Yeah, no, I'm with you here. Plus the 12. I like the Anteaters here.
Yeah. All right.
It's a good game.
Yeah, and that's our slate. Well, I mean, there's a couple of D2 games, or, BYU against Westminster, Utah, I believe it is. Nichols against Champion Christian. We know we're high on Champion Christian. If you could find a number on Champion Christian. I'm joking. All right, folks. My locks for the night. I'm going Virginia minus 3.5 against Michigan. Lock it up. I am going with Baylor minus 5.5 at Marquette. Lock it up. I am taking Southern Miss minus 5.5 at home against Montana. Lock it up. I am locking up. Where's my other one? UMass minus 2 in Tampa. Lock it up. Duquesne minus 2 against UC Santa Barbara and Pittsburgh. Lock it up. And wait, did I have one more? I think. No, I had one more. UNC Asheville minus 1.5 against Lavelle Moden and North Carolina Central. Lock it up. And those are my plays for the evening. Moneyline Mac, fire away.
All right, I'm going to lead it off. I'm going to lock up Pat Kelsey in Charleston minus the 7 against Old Dominion. I'm going to lock up UNC Asheville minus the 1 against North Carolina Central on the road. I'm going to lock up Jackson State, take it on the money line at Oxford. They get it done. I'm going to lock up Albany as well on the money line at American plus 5.5 for the spread. I'm going to lock up the Terps minus 12.5 to keep rolling and dominating Louisville. Just another bad performance for Louisville, I think. I'm going to lock up the Minutemen. Frank Martin gets it done in Florida at South Florida. I'm going to lock up Wichita State plus 2 on the money line against Missouri. I'm also going to lock up Southern Miss minus 5.5 against Montana. Also locking up Baylor minus 5.5 against the Marquette and Shaka Smart Golden Eagles. And last but not least, go blue. I'm locking up Michigan plus 4 to keep the momentum going from football on Saturday. Plus 4, take it on the money line against the Wahoos from Virginia.
Well, I mean, I was on Michigan on the money line in Columbus, beating Ohio State. But you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. Let's go with Tony Bennett, who keeps beating quality teams and I think he might be the best coach in college basketball.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he does a great job, gets the most out of his roster. Folks, subscribe to the College Basketball Experience. Love this slate, and tomorrow's slate's even better. So,
no doubt.
Subscribe. Check out the College Football Experience as well. The coaching carousel episode dropping tonight. Also, obviously, Conference Championship Week. We will be talking about all those classic games happening this week, as well as the FCS playoffs. So check out the College Football Experience. Also, check out the College Baseball Experience. I know right now it's not baseball time, but in February, Noah Beanick will be firing away episodes on the College Baseball Experience. And myself. So check that out as well. We come together as one on YouTube, youtube.com/the college experience. Subscribe, tell a friend. Also, check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. And remember, check out Ryan's work here, host of the NFL Gambling Podcast and host of the Ryan and Rush Show. Check out all of his work. You can find him on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. You can find me on Twitter at DColbyD. You can find the College Basketball Experience on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Give us all a follow. We're going to bounce back. Trust the process, all right? And remember, all right, that if I was going 100% on all my picks, I would not be fucking talking to you, all right? So subscribe, get the SGPN app. It's free in the App Store and Google Play Store. And come talk college hoops with us in the Discord. We're always talking hoops. We'll be talking about, I don't know, champion Christian's point guard play. So hop in there, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. And yeah, excited for these games. All right. Until then, let's ride out. Let's ride out. Let me find some music here to go out with a bang. But yeah, anyway, this is the College Basketball Experience for Tuesday, November 29th. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.